I was just gonna say, we're slowly working our way towards a society of people that are, pretty much gonna be all business owners at one point, in our lives, and it's gonna be less and less people actually out there working, And the thing about it is, you need to kind of grasp on to what I'm talking about, because if you don't, what's gonna happen is, just to give you a heads up, is that the pay is going to keep going down and everything's going to keep going up, and it's going to be to a point to where that's not going to be feasible anymore. And what I'm saying is if you have some intelligence and drive in your life, and you want to do better and you want to get to a better spot, then what I'm saying you're going to have to really listen to, because it's just not going to pay off anymore to be out there laboring and doing all these menial jobs, and we've known it our whole lives. We've always been underpaid and overworked, and it's just no way to live, and we get one shot here. So you really need to understand that if there's a way that you can make it easier for yourself and everyone in your life, you need to do it. You just don't need to say things like, "Oh, well, no, you can't." I mean, what kind of person are you showing to, everyone else? You're not really showing them that you're very, uh, you know, caring or worthy, pretty much, And, that's the thing, is people like that are just going to end up, just being washed away. We're all going to end up being creators like we should be, and we all have a special something about us, and that's what we really need to share amongst everyone. And when you figure that out and then you start sharing it with people, there's going to be people that are going to see what you are talking about, because everybody has something special about them, something to share and give through your life. If you don't, then what you've been doing, just bounce around like a freaking pinball. You got something that you learned that somebody don't know, and you know what? That's worthy to other people, and you're helping other people. And you know what? If you can make a few bucks doing it and slowly integrate your life into, making money just with your mind, you've made it. You've really fucking made it. My dad, he taught a lot of people a lot of shit. He really did. He taught me a lot. Stuff I was probably too young to really understand, but I held on to that stuff, and started using it, and it has gradually got me into, thinking about things, and really thinking, deep thinking, not just thinking about random bullshit. And over time, I kept growing, and growing and growing and growing, to where I got to a point to where, like, yeah, I think I figured a lot of things out, and then life started getting easier and easier and easier. And there's this one little thing too I want to tell you about, is once you start getting into that mindset of of not really worrying and caring about things, then things tend to balance out. But the thing is you really have to get in that mindset to, not, it's like a set it and forget it kind of thing. You got to think, you know what, I got to take care of this stuff. I'm going to let it ride, and, it's going to work out. And just have faith in that. And when you start to get into that mindset of confident that that's going to just work out, then that's when things start happening for you. And it's hard, very fucking hard for you to, articulate that in your mind and think that's like a whim kind of thing, but it's real shit. It's energy. It's a little bit of everything. This this life we're in is pretty fucking magical, you know? When's the last time you had to plug yourself in? You know what I mean? Think about that. You don't have to go plug yourself in to the wall and charge yourself up, you know? And you know, and that's fucking magical as fuck. That's some fucking magical shit. You're actually a magical shit walking around, you know, magical shit. You're a magical motherfucker walking around with no electricity, and you know everything you own has to be plugged in or some sort of fucking power source. So now, if you look at that and open your mind to that, you're like, God damn, I'm fucking magical as fuck. You know what I mean? And then all the things you do. And I think that society has dumbed us down so much that people don't think about shit like that, you know? Think about the dumbest shit, and then that's the stuff that keeps you in the fucking matrix where you're not even gonna learn anything. So you gotta ultimately say to yourself one day, self, everything I've learned is bullshit. And just start looking at the opposite end of it. Everything. Every fucking thing in your life. You have to do that. And you need to start now, because if you don't, it takes a long time. There's a lot of shit to fucking learn. And that's why I want to start these videos too, is maybe get a few people like, you know, ahead of the curve here, because I've taken a long time to learn shit, you know, and I've been open to it since I was young. So if you're not very open to it, you know, it's going to take you a while. But I hope I could help somebody, or more than a few people out there, you know. Just wake up to the idea that things are going to be changing, and you know it's going to be beneficial to you. You're not going to be the slave to making somebody else's money on somebody else's you know, payroll and all that bullshit. You know how that is. It's just a circle jerk. You know, you don't want to be in that. You know, when you decide to start opening your own business, and then you start, everything will start just going in your direction then, you know what I mean? But it's never going to go that way. If you're freaking working for somebody else on their time, on their clock, you're not going to ever be happy. You're going to pretend you're happy. You're going to say, oh, well, I'm making money and da-da-da. But the reality in that is you are miserable, because you have to listen to an alarm clock. You have to, you know, follow this schedule that you don't want to follow, while they're just lowering your wages. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you what, you know, when you're in business, you still have to, you know, work by your customers, whatever time and whatever. But you know what? You can ease up on it. You know, you could have people go do the work for you, and you can help people out by paying them. You know, do that while you are managing this. And you know what? And you could do that on your own time. You know what I mean? When you feel the need to do it, as long as it's getting done. You know, and that I've been doing management for a long time now, and management is great, because it's just scheduling things for people to do. You know, and I worked from home for a long time when I lived in Arizona. I worked for Tri-City, and I just managed a lot from the house, because when I didn't have to go to the jobs, and I just had to manage the people. I just worked from my desk at home, and that was like, I like this a lot, because I get more done at home. Because when you go to the job, you don't really get that much done. You know, you get for about 4 hours worth done a day, and then the other 4 is just taking a shit or eating or, you know, messing around. So when you're at home, you don't have that stupid 4 hours of wasting time, and you could pick it up at home, and you could do stuff around your house, like clean up, or, you know, maybe talk to your kids for an extra hour, or whatever the fuck you know you got going on, instead of wasting that 4 times in the drive and all that bullshit. So you need to look at it like that. You're going to be picking up a lot more time for yourself and your family, or whichever, you know, like I said, whatever you got going on, you know. And then and slowly pull yourself out of the mindset of this just wasting time thing. You know, you don't have a lot of time to waste. It seems that way, but, you know, one of these days it's gonna be all over, and you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I had done something, and I wish I would have made something of myself, or made an accomplishment, when you never did, because you worked for somebody your whole life. And it's just a fucking waste of time, and you need to know that every day. You need to think about that. And I was listening to Dan Coe, and he kept on saying, write things down. And you know, I always heard that, but it's always so hard for me to do, because I figured I keep shit in my head, and I do. But the thing is in your head is a lot of stuff. And if you get too much stuff going on up there, you're going to be confused and you're going to get things done. And you need to prioritize things and keep your head on a minimal schedule. That way the important things are getting done, you know, and you need to cut out all this playtime bullshit that doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, you know. I spent so much time watching, you know, TV and sports and all that shit. And then, you know, you see people like cheering for the teams. This was my team. This is my team, you know. And now I see that, I'm just like, really? It's not your team. They're rich. You're poor. What the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? And I had to give up on that, you know. And I don't even know why I was into that. Just it was because everybody else was doing it, I guess, you know. But then I traded my time out for doing something I like playing music and writing music and doing my studio thing, which I'm in right now, you know. I'm always in here, and I love being in here, and I don't even have to be anywhere. If I'm here, I'm great, you know. But other than that, I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys that I'm going to give you a lot of information that I've learned and to help you guys out. And that's I think that's what we should all be doing. And if you're not doing it now, just look forward to doing it. And then, you know what, it'll start feeling good, you know. If anybody out there, my friends know when they used to come to my house when I was a kid, and my dad would help them out with anything. Like, hey, Larry, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And it was just like there was somebody to go to help you out in situations you just can't figure out, you know? And that is a blessing. That is a blessing. And if we could all do that with a knowledge that we've gained, what kind of world are we going to live in? A world of a lot more caring and a lot more loving and helping, right? That's where we should be, not where we're at. You know, and we're getting to a point to where people are just by themselves and not really doing anything, you know, that's helpful for anyone. And it's like, that's just a more waste of a time than the other shit that you're wasting time on. So I just kind of want to help, you know, help people out. It's what we should be doing, right? All right, well, I'm going to post some more videos, so just keep up on it. And then I'm going to have some, I'm going to start giving you guys some free stuff because I started a t-shirt business a little while ago, and I got some really cool shirts coming out and stuff, and they're pretty funny, you know, so I'll show them to you soon. But like, I think it's like my second or third video, and we're going to have a bunch more, and we're going to learn. Hopefully we can teach each other, you know what I'm saying? So have a great day, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.